Okay, you introduce yourself to all of us.
So my name is Sajid Ali. I'm from district Ganche, Gilgit-Baltistan. I got my early education from my district, sir, and then I moved to Skardu for FSC intermediate, and then I moved to Islamabad for higher studies. I got my bachelor's degree in public administration from NUST, and growing up, I was really inspired by my one of my uncle. He happens to be a civil servant, so he had a huge impact on the overall, uh, on our village. So he inspired me to join civil service. That's why I got admission in public administration so that I could join public administration.
So you did your public administration from which university?
NUST, sir.
NUST.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell us something about Gilgit-Baltistan. What do you know about GB?
Sir, it's located in the north of Pakistan. On its eastern border, there's Indian illegally occupied Kashmir. On the northern side, there's China, and it's separated by Wakhan corridor. Tajikistan is separated by the Wakhan corridor, and it's a strategic region, sir. And now it has got greater significance because of CPAC.
Do you belong to Ganche?
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell us what is the importance of mountains in human life?
Can you repeat the question, sir?
You live in mountains.
Yes, sir.
Tell us what is the importance of mountains for human life?
Sir, mountains are very important for human life, as we know that snowfall occur during winter, and the accumulation of snow on mountain top during summer, they melt and then they provide water to communities living downstream. And they are natural beauties, sir. They also generate income in the form of mountaineering, trekking, etc.
What is the population of GB?
So it's the estimated population is around 1.8 million.
What is the total area?
So 72,500 square kilometer.
You have studied public policy also.
Public administration, sir. Yes.
The subjects which were part of your course
Yes, sir.
includes public policy.
Yes.
Tell us what are the stages of public policy making process?
So there are 5 stages of public policy making process. The first stage is identification of problem. We identify the problem, what the problems are, what are its significant, what impacts are the problems creating on the lives of people. And then the second stage is agenda setting. We bring the problem on the agenda of the executive so that they could study the problem and analyze the problem. And then the third stage is policy formulation. We formulate a policy with respect to the issue. We look at the alternatives, policy alternates. We analyze them. We analyze it from cost and benefit analysis. And then the fourth stage is policy implementation. Once the policy is formulated, properly studied, then the policy is implemented by the civil servants, the executive branch of the government. And the last stage is policy evaluation. So we evaluate the policy, what significance are these policies are creating, and what are the effects, what are the outcomes, outputs, and then we either revise the policy or we continue with the policy.
Welcome to CSPs Academy for CSS PMS preparation. CSS PMS तहरीरी इम्तिहान के तमाम मज़ामीन की ऑनलाइन और ऑन कैंपस तैयारी के साथ साथ सब्जेक्ट सिलेक्शन, असाइनमेंट चेकिंग, क्लास टेस्ट, मॉक एग्जाम, इंडिविजुअल टीचर डिस्कशन और फीडबैक सेशन का इनकाद किया जाएगा। इसके अलावा FPSC की तजवीज़ करदा बुक्स से बने मयारी नोट्स और CSP पब्लिशर की बेहतरीन बुक्स मुहैया की जाएंगी। रजिस्टर नाउ एट 0316 570-1593.
What is the importance of this artificial intelligence in human life?
Sir, with
in your life, rather, I would say.
Sir, artificial intelligence has got substantial significance on our lives. As a student, I got help from artificial intelligence. Nowadays, ChatGPT is very famous, and I got help from ChatGPT with respect to many questions, and they have become a significant part of our lives, sir.
How do you see the future of democracy in Pakistan?
So I'm an optimistic person, sir. I think the future of democracy in Pakistan is good, and but there is obviously need to for the political executives to sit together and sort out the problems, and the military needs to stick to its constitutional role, and if we sort of agree on a charter of democracy, then the future of democracy in Pakistan is going to be very good, sir.
Sajid Ali, your favorite personality is your grandfather.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us about him?
Ma'am, he was the village head, and I grew up with him, and being the village head, he had massive power in the village. He would solve the issues of the people, and he would incorporate the opinion of the villagers, and then once he made up a decision, he would implement it, and he would stick to it. So he had really good administrative qualities, and I was also inspired by him, and that's why I wanted to join administrating.
You have read the book The Great Game.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us what is the great game nowadays?
Ma'am, nowadays the great game has shifted to the Indo-Pacific region, and China is trying to be more assertive. On the other hand, the United States, being the existing superpower, it's trying to contain the rise of China. So the great game is now being played between the US and its allies and China and its allies.
Who are the allies of US?
The European Union, NATO members, and countries in the Indo-Pacific region such as Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, Australia, India, Philippines, etc.
Right. Did you follow the news about the CEO of TikTok being reprimanded at the Congress?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your view on that?
I think, ma'am, this issue is again being affected by the larger systemic level struggle between the United States and China. So TikTok is becoming sort of becoming getting caught between the fight of superpowers. So I would say TikTok is going to be a victim of the superpower rivalry.
And you are basing this opinion because of on what grounds?
We already saw that TikTok is being banned by other allies of the United States, such as US, Australia, Japan, etc. And it was a matter of time that the United States was also going to ban TikTok.
So you didn't feel anything in the hearing that made you feel
I
that?
did not watch the whole news, ma'am. I just got to know about it.
Okay. And what do you think is happening in Ukraine now?
Ukraine crisis is since one of my optionals is international relations, I would try to explain it from that perspective. A realist sort of struggle between the US and its allies in the European Union and NATO and Russia is being witnessed in the Ukrainian crisis. The continuous expansion of NATO border towards Russia was creating a sort of security dilemma for Russia. So in 2004, 7 more countries joined the NATO, and in 2014, Russia showed its unhappiness about it by invading Ukrainian territory, Crimea. So once again, we saw that last year, a couple of years ago, the Ukrainian parliament sort of acceded to the idea of joining NATO. So Russia did not like this proposal, and they formally attacked Ukraine on the 24th February 2022.
Join CSPs, where we believe that your dreams are our mission. So let us be your partners in this transformative journey as we equip you with knowledge, confidence, and resilience required to emerge as CSS toppers. Contact us on our given WhatsApp number 0316 570 1593 or visit our website www.csps.com.pk.
What is your take on the recent visit of Xi Jinping
Once
to
again,
Moscow?
Madam, again, there is a realist level struggle for power between the United States and China. So Russia being at the opposite side of the US and it being once again in conflict with the United States, China is trying to get the help of the Russia as its ally. So that's why the President Xi Jinping visited Ukraine, Russia.
So tell me, the points that he had, how many points was in his declaration, Xi Jinping's?
I don't know about that.
Okay. Dr. Sam.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, Sajid, you read international relations. Can
Yes.
you tell me the name of Entente powers in First World War?
First World War, sir?
Yes.
Allies.
Entente powers, yes.
Sir, the Allies were Britain, France, and the United States.
And can you tell who was responsible for the occurrence of First World War?
Sir, the realist perspective of international relations say that in its 1871 we saw the unification of Germany. So the growing power of Germany really created a security dilemma for the other countries in the in Europe. So this security dilemma caused the First World War. While the liberal perspective says that there was less economic interdependence between states, European states, and that is the reason why it caused it. I would like to also explain it from the constructivism perspective. They said that there was ideological struggle between these allies and the other powers. So from constructivist perspective, this ideological difference caused the World War.
First World War. Okay. So what was the ideology of Germany at that time?
So Germany was once again there was an idea of German supremacy. So German people, they thought that they were better than the rest of the races in Europe.
Who propounded the idea of race theory?
It was propounded by I can't recall his name, sir.
Okay, can you point out controversial clauses in Treaty of Versailles that became responsible for the occurrence of Second World War?
Yes, sir. In the Treaty of Versailles, Germany was solely held responsible, and they were made to pay reparation of around $33 million, which created economic recession in Germany, and which resulted in once again in the Second World War.
Give your career a boost with CSS PMS preparation from Civil Services Preparatory School. Join CSS PMS for on-campus and online classes. Join us for your bright future. Civil Services Preparatory School, Markaz, Islamabad. Register now at 0316 570 1593.
Okay, my question is from Pakistan Affairs. Can you tell me the significance of Lucknow Pact in the future constitutional development of India?
Sir, the Lucknow Pact, under the Lucknow Pact, which was signed in 1916, I guess, the Muslims got 1/3 representation in the central government.
They got.
Yes, sir.
This was a contract between two political parties, not with the government.
Yes, sir. It was a contract between Indian National Congress and Muslim League.
My question is, what is the significance of this pact in the future constitutional development of India?
The Indian National Congress agreed to 1/3 representation in the Central Assembly, sir. and they also got Muslims also got representation in other provinces where they were in minority. So in the 1935 constitution, Muslims got representation.
What were drawbacks for the Muslims in this Lucknow Pact?
Sir, I don't think there was any drawback. It was a good deal for Muslims.
What do you know about the weightage formula concluded in this Lucknow Pact?
Yes, sir.
What was that?
The Muslims were given weightage in those provinces where they were in minority. But at the same time, Indian National Congress was also given weightage in Muslim majority provinces. So, in a sense, the Muslim League, were sort of in a minority position in Punjab and Bengal.
Okay, so then tell what is the significance of Qaid-e-Azam's 14 point in the constitutional development of India?
Once again, Qaid-e-Azam forced for 1/3 representation, federal form of government, and representation for Muslims in minority provinces. So it really made the way for the future constitution, 1935 Constitution of India. So Muslims really secured their interest through the 14 points.
Okay, my last question. Muslim League and Congress, they demanded federation. What sort of federation Muslim League through 14 points demanded, and Congress, what sort of federation they demanded through Nehru report?
Under the Nehru report, they wanted a very strong central government, federal government.
Why?
Because the Hindus were in majority, and they obviously have got the overriding power at the central government. On the other hand, Muslim League wanted a weak federation and very strong autonomous provinces.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's conclude it. So let's have informal discussion.
Right.
You got any question for us?
No, sir.
Okay, self-assessment करो अपनी 1 से 10 के scale में where you will like to place yourself.
So I would think 8.
8 पे रखोगे.
8 पर.
8 8. ठीक है. You're fine. Sajid, you're fine. कब है तुम्हारा
5 अप्रैल को, सर.
5th April. You have got about 10 days. My only advice is keep it up. और न्यूज़पेपर पे तवज्जो करो, अखबार पे. अब जो है ना अखबार का रिव्यू करो. योर इंट्रोडक्शन इज फाइन, पर्सनैलिटी तुम्हारी ठीक है, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल, ओरल एंड बॉडी लैंग्वेज, पोस्चर फाइन, यू आर इंटेलिजेंट, यू आर स्टेबल, यू आर कंपोज्ड एंड नॉलेज लेवल आपका बेहतर है. गुड, ठीक है. तो यू आर विनिंग हार्स, यू कैन मेक इट. ठीक है. बट अपने अंदर एक स्टेट ऑफ प्रिपेयर्डनेस लाओ. हालत जंग में हो, चैलेंज को एक्सेप्ट किया ना, तो आई शुड गेट द फील, एनर्जी लेवल अपना इंप्रूव करो. ठीक है मैडम.
Sajid, you have a good personality. You're nicely dressed. You've got a good haircut, clean. Therefore, asking for favorite personality is really trying to understand you. Why do you like that person? I could be your favorite personality, but nobody knows me. So if you write Mrs. Naila Chauhan, who is she? They can't assess you. If you say my grandfather, of course you've given a justification for why you like him. But if you just write my grandfather, we all love our grandfathers. So the panel will think that you are basically not mentally grown up enough to take a responsibility because you're still in the shadow of your family. You know, your mind hasn't grown out. It doesn't reflect good. So I would recommend, Sajid, not to write your father, your grandfather, your mother, because in that kinship bond, that means that you are limited in your mind, you haven't grown out. Okay? Try to take a neutral personality, number 1. Number 2, do thorough study on the personality, because they'll ask you questions to understand you. The personality everybody knows. So they're not bothered about that. What they're wanting to know is what makes you like that person. So you have to have good justification for that person. Otherwise, you're a smart boy, you're a winning horse. But these are the points that I would recommend you should focus on. Okay, thank you.
वेल साजिद, सिर्फ मैं ये कहूँगा अपने इंटरव्यू में जो है ना एनर्जी लेवल शो करें आप, यू काम एंड कंपोज्ड। बहुत सारे एरियाज ऐसे थे जहाँ पर आपने बहुत अच्छे आंसर्स किए, उसको एक कुछ फीलिंग्स के साथ, मतलब आईआर आपका अच्छा है, आपकी पाक अफेयर्स के ऊपर आपकी कमांड अच्छी है और आंसर वेरी वेल। पर आई वांट टू से दुरानी साहब ने भी ये पॉइंट आउट किया था कि एक एनर्जी शो करें थोड़ी सी उसमें, ठीक है? नथिंग एल्स, थैंक यू।
ठीक है,
बेस्ट ऑफ लक, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू।